Today I'm going to be watercolouring through a stencil. Welcome back, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and today I am here as part of the watercolour therapy blog hop, and basically we are colouring to relieve our stress and to share some joy in our lives and distract ourselves and enjoy. So I decided I'd make it simple, or I thought it would be simple, and do some watercolouring through this beautiful stencil from Altenew, which is called the Mega Bloom stencil. And I've blended through this stencil before, but I thought I'd give it a try and do some watercolouring. I'm using the Artist's Watercolours from Altenew, and I am working off my palette. I've got some of the watercolour cardstock. It's from the Paper Pad. It's a really heavyweight cardstock, and it's a cotton-based cardstock, so it does tolerate a lot of water, which is good because I just could not leave this petal alone. I just kept playing with it. So I thought I'd put too much water down, so I came and dabbed it away. But no, I didn't walk away and let it dry. No, I just kept adding more colour and more water. Anyway, I've got nothing to lose. I thought I might as well keep on going and let that petal dry and take it from there. I am actually using two different greens. Like I've got it's the seashore colour is my main colour, but then to add the depth I did come in with the Cool Summer Night, which is like a blue-green kind of colour, and I diluted the whole thing down with some white to create that teal colour that you can see there. So this is a fairly intricate stencil. It's not one of the most intricate stencils I own, but I thought it would be wise to actually spray this stencil, and that would help it to hold it in place. Well, I haven't been able to get any pixie spray here in Australia. Everywhere that does happen to supply it, it's out of stock. And I found some adhesive spray in my stash that would have to be 110 years old. I'm sure of it. So I thought, what have I got to lose? It's a piece of paper, it's a stencil. So I followed the instructions, and the instructions say if I want to make a repositionable bond, to spray and then let it dry. So I had already done that, and then it kind of didn't feel particularly tacky, so I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. And actually it did hold down fairly well on the card front, but I found as I was colouring here, maybe it's because I was adding too much water, but some of those finer details in the stencil seemed to be lifting, so I wasn't really very hopeful about how this was going to go. I have got the panel cut bigger to what I need because I knew that I wanted to actually cut it down to fit on the front of my card. I've already used this stencil once before and blended on it, and actually had the floral design facing in a landscape card, which I thought looked amazing. And I thought this time I wanted to do it in a portrait style. This is a really quick and easy way to get like almost this, because it's so big, it's almost a background. And look, the lines are still there. I was really surprised. So I did let that dry before I cut it down. Now it's the size of my card front, and I wanted to add some spatters. So I used some of the leftover paint and some iridescent spray. Don't do it, it didn't work, I couldn't see it. So then I came in with the ocean mist spray, and that was much better. I had all good intentions. I was going to get out the metallic paints and add some layers and shimmer with that. I was going to come back in, add some layering or depth with some more paint. I was also thinking about using pencils to add depth as well, and I just didn't want to. So I came in and did the splatters anyway. But I thought I would add some leaves. And what I did was just basically followed the design of the stencil using my paintbrush and a couple of the greens and just mixing them to add a little bit of depth. I've been practicing with my wet on wet mixing techniques and stepping away and letting it dry. And if you are a beginner watercolorer like me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's going to be lots of inspiration on this hop, so if you head through the description below, you'll be able to see lots of other watercolor inspiration along the way, and hopefully have a bit of fun and a little bit of distraction in these troubled times. Alright, so I have added a sentiment from the Hello and Hugs stamp set, and I'd already layered up a fancy hello die for another project that I didn't use. So this is about 4 layers of black cardstock here, and I just simply attached that to the front over the top of the flower and called that done. So if you did like today's video, it'd be great if you could click on the thumbs up button to let me know that you did, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I appreciate every visit you make here. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.